Good morning, it's my birthday, yay! So I'm making some Funfetti cupcakes to bring into school tomorrow. I love this recipe. I first made it last summer at my sister's house with her kidlets. It's super easy because it's one bowl and one container that can go in the microwave, and boom, cupcakes. It's from Sally's Baking Addiction. She has so many great recipes. I love reading her blog and how she developed all of them. But let's get cooking already. So this is one stick of butter, and I'm going to microwave it for 30 seconds to get it started melting. And of course my oven is preheating to 350 degrees. It's actually been on for like an hour because I've already made a batch of cupcakes. And the reason for that is rather than doubling it, I want to make sure that each batch of cupcakes rises. If you pre-mix all your batter at once, and then while your first batch is baking, your batter's just sitting, and then the active ingredients like your baking soda and your baking powder are doing their thing, but you're not baking. So you could end up with like a flatter cupcake. So it's better to make it in two batches, even though it's like a little bit of a pain, because you're just going to get a better cupcake. So for my dry ingredients, I'm doing 1 cup of sugar, and then we're going to also add to that 1 2/3 cup flour. And for my flour, I just like to kind of, make a mess with it. No, fluff it up and then just shake. You don't want to pack it down into your measuring cup because that'll be too much flour, and then you'll have like a heavy dry cupcake. So just fill it, kind of shake it off. There's 1 cup. Then we're going to do another 2/3 cup. So I just sort of use my measuring cup to kind of fluff up and loosen the flour in here, and then of that loose flour I scoop and shake off. So there's our 2/3 cup. We're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. There we go. And 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And of course, a generous pinch of salt. There's that. And that's all your dry ingredients. Generous pinch of salt. Let's check on our butter. It's mostly melted. So to that, I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of milk. And I am going to microwave this just a touch more to warm up all the ingredients. 3/4 cup milk and a 1/4 cup of sour cream. So you could use any sort of full fat dairy product for this. You could probably use fat-free as well. It's just, your cupcake isn't going to be as delicious and rich. But cut some calories where you can. It's my birthday, so I don't care. I'm doing all the full-fat, delicious things. There we go, 1/4 cup. Gonna add that right in. There we go. And let's see, we need some vanilla as well in here. This is the Pampered Chef vanilla. It's only available in our fall catalog, so I have to remember that and make sure I order like 2 or 3 of them this fall. All right, let's just give that a little whisk. Yep, and I'm just gonna stick this in the microwave for like another 15 seconds to get that last little bit of butter melted. Super. And we're also going to do an egg, just 1 egg. All right, dry ingredients are mixed. That was easy. Get some of this other stuff out of the way. And there we go. Wet ingredients look great. Crack an egg into here. This recipe is great too because it doesn't require any separating of the eggs. A couple of the recipes on Sally's Baking Addiction, I was going through them, and she's revamped her Funfetti recipe since she came out with this one. This is back in like 2012. So some of her newer recipes, you have to use only egg whites. So this one I like because it's super simple, don't need a mixer. It's all one pan, or bowl I should say. And I only had 3 eggs in my refrigerator, and each batch is 1 egg, so this is perfect. Next part, we're gonna combine wet and dry ingredients, mixing it till it's somewhat smooth. You know, a lump or 2 is okay. We never want to overmix our batter and then have tough, gross cupcakes, but I'm gonna be folding some sprinkles in. So if there's just a little bit of batter left, or lumps left in the batter, I'm okay with that because they'll get mushed out when I fold in those sprinkles. There we go. That's about all the mixing I'm gonna do. So that's what the batter looks like. Super smooth, beautiful color. And I'm gonna fold in a ½ cup of sprinkles. This is a 2/3 cup, so just not quite full. There we go, perfect. All the sprinkles. Fold those right in. And you want to make sure that you're using, so these I got from Amazon. They're Cake Mate sprinkles. Do not use nonpareils, like those little balls. Those will bleed their color, and you're going to end up with a gray batter, which will still taste delicious, but might not be the most appetizing to look at. So try to find the sprinkles or jimmies, or what else do people call them? I think those are the only 2 names I've heard. All right, batter is done. Let's get some of this stuff out of the way. Get these in our liners. So I've got 18 liners. Her recipe directions say it makes 14, but you don't want to overfill your cupcake liners. Otherwise you'll have like the big splooge. So I just use my large scoop, and I'm just doing 1 scoop per liner. And like I said, my first batch, I actually got 19 cupcakes. So this is just right. And I love using the large scoop because then it equally portions and I don't have a mess dripping everywhere. All right, there's 12. Let's see if I can squeeze out another 6. I'm not too concerned. And even if, if it does like 3 more, if it does 5 more, there's 2 more. Oh, put that down. Get every last little bit out of here. Oh yeah, it's definitely enough for at least 2 more cupcakes for sure. Uno. Dose. All right. 12, 13, 14, 15. So this one I got 16, and the last one I think I got 19. So I don't know what I did differently. The batter looked pretty similar in consistency each time, so I don't know. Scrape off the last little bits. These are going to go in the oven. My first batch took I did 20 minutes, and after 10 I rotated the top to the bottom and the bottom to the top. And at 20 minutes when I did the spring test, they needed like 1 more minute. So I'd say 21 in this oven. So let's pop these in and get them going. Super. Timer, and I'm going to do 10 minutes. And then I'll rotate them. And I also made some buttercream frosting, and that's pretty simple. My buttercream is always the same base, and then I kind of just play around with it depending on the weather or what I'm going to be piping with it. I do 1 tablespoon of butter to 1 ounce of powdered sugar. So the batch that I made this morning, because I figured I'd have around 36 cupcakes, I did 3 sticks of butter, which is 24 tablespoons, and then I did 24 ounces of powdered sugar. and you beat the crap out of the butter. Like put your 3 sticks into your mixer and let it go for like 5-6 minutes. You want that butter to be super pale, super whipped, super creamy. Then I start beating in my powdered sugar, 1 cup-ish at a time. Huge pinch of salt, because that's going to help with that extra sweetness. And then a little bit of either milk or heavy cream to thin it to the desired consistency. And today I did red food coloring, so I have fun pink frosting. I'm just going to show you guys how that came out. So we've got our Funfetti cupcakes here with their cute little sprinkles baked right into them. And you can frost these like a myriad of ways. So one of my super easy, simple tricks is to just take like a large or medium cookie scoop and get a nice ball of frosting, put that right on top, and then you can use an offset spatula and just sort of smush it down on. So that's like an easy, quick frosting method. It gets you very consistent results because you've got the same amount on each cupcake. Boom, sprinkle that, you're done super fast. If you're feeling like, hey, I've got some spare time, I could really jazz things up a bit. This I've got a large star tip in, and it's a pretty big pastry bag. The secret though to piping frosting in a consistent way is you actually don't want to overfill the bag. This is a little full. I was kind of going crazy this morning. And you need to really twist the top. This is going to apply pressure and force your frosting down. That's the key to piping. So as you're, oh, so many fun things. Thanks everyone for the birthday wishes. So as you're piping with this, if you get a little air bubble, you know, you can cover it up pretty easily. Is this like facing down? Can you guys even see what I'm doing? There we go. So I start at one side and then I just pipe in a generous circle to the middle and up. And you might notice too that the frosting at first is a little stiff, but as your hands warm it, it'll get easier and easier. Every single time after I pipe one of these, I always retwist the top. So I go around to the middle, twist my frosting bag, around, up the middle, and twist. So once you get a technique going, you can whip off a bunch of these really quick. And then I'm going to put more sprinkles, of course, on top. So it's around, twist up, and when your bag gets really low, untwist everything. You're going to set it on the counter and then smush all your frosting down to the tip. I do have some more left, so I'm also going to open the collar back up. So you fold this down over your hand. This will keep your hand clean. And now you can add more frosting to your bag. I say that and I can't even scoop this. There we go. Right in. Pull the collar back up. Flatten and smush that all. Get it as packed down as you can. Twist this nice and tight. And we're back to frosting. Oh, little air bubble there, but like I said, you just cover it right up with more. Okay, there we go. And more sprinkles on top. So I'd probably actually pour these in like a little bowl and then sprinkle some on. So the ridges in the frosting are perfect for catching the sprinkles. Oh, these are so cute. I can't wait to bring them to school tomorrow. Yay! They're so festive. And I got the pink color. I did about 4 or 5 drops of just a red food coloring, you know, McCormick, the whatever one you buy in the baking aisle at the grocery store. Nothing fancy there. My sister uses gel food coloring, but she does a lot with like royal icing and stuff, so the gel's really good for that. I haven't stepped up to that level of decorating. Like, this is about as crazy as I get. So here's one of our super cute Funfetti decorated cupcakes from scratch. Super quick and easy. I hope everyone has a great rest of their weekend. I'm going to have a cupcake and celebrate. Bye, guys.